So, can you tell us why this year's Nobel Prize in memory of Alfred Nobel goes to these two American economists?
Well, Romer is awarded because of his theory of endogenous growth, where he shows that how ideas generate growth and the consequences. Whereas Nordas is awarded for his integrated assessment model, where he shows how the economy and the climate interacts and affect each other.
Can you tell us why or how you shift this from pure economic to combination with climate change?
How I shift the economy to climate?
Yeah, okay, with the price.
Okay,
because
so I think
it's
yes,
very important.
Yes,
actually.
yes, I agree. So I mean, economic activity affects the climate through producing carbon. So to understand the climate, how the climate changes, it's very important to understand how the economy affects the climate. And the next step is the climate also affects the economy. So I mean, if the temperature rises, everything happens in the economy as well. So they are very clearly integrated. And if you want to change the climate, you also need to understand how economic actors work and how they are affected by different incentives and policies. So you cannot really understand one without the other, I think. So therefore, I think the economy has a very important role to play here in understanding climate.
In other words, what is their contributions?
So Nordas put together a model where you have the economy and how that works, and then you add the carbon cycle, and then you add how the climate is affected by the carbon cycle, and then how the climate affects the economy. And then you can use this model to try. So what would happen if we have a tax on carbon like this? How would that affect economic activity, the carbon and the climate and the economy again? So that's the way his work is integrated. For Romer's work, it's about ideas. And that shows that with the same amount of capital and natural resources, if we want to increase having growth, we need new ideas. And these are integrated because if we want to have a growth that is good for the environment, we need new ideas how to produce things in a more environmentally friendly way. So in this way, they are very intertwined and very connected.
So you mean Nordhaus actually using tax as a tool?
So that's one tool that you can use in Nordas. You can see, so if I have this model and then I put in all the information I have from natural sciences, and then you see, okay, so what is the price of carbon that I need to put if the temperature shouldn't rise over 2 degrees, for example? That's the price of carbon, and to get that price of carbon, we need the carbon tax. And he can show us under different scenarios how large that carbon tax should be.
So actually these two economies that provide the policymakers are very good tools.
Yes, exactly, that's correct.
And that is really the real practical significance.
Exactly, so it's a high policy relevance this year's prize. Even though it's theoretical work, it's of high policy relevance.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.